So as it was the case with Tyson Lewis and Mayweather Pacquiao, it seems like we're finally getting the generation-defining boxing match we all wanted. In the wrong generation. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, both of whom are currently negotiating terms on Twitter. And do I actually think it's gonna happen? Yeah. But while the belatedness of the budding bout between the two bona fide behemoths of British boxing basically bewilders nobody, here's a statement that may actually do. I genuinely think AJ has much more of a chance against Fury than he did Usyk. And here's why. Okay, so I'm going to break this down to two sections, with the first section containing only pure in-ring talk. So with that being said, here are the strictly skill-based reasons why AJ stands a chance against Fury. Now for the second section. This section contains... I'm joking. That was mean, man. I actually prefer AJ, believe it or not. But even then, to risk stating the obvious, Fury is by far the more skilled boxer. However, he is certainly not perfect. But since the subject here is AJ, let's focus on the opponent of Fury's who holds the closest resemblance to the Watford native. Would you like to introduce yourself, young man? That's enough of that. So in his first outing against Wilder, Fury's game plan was pretty straightforward. It was the classic stick and move boxing on the outside, with some of his innate awkward twists of course. But then after switching trainers, the latter two bouts saw Fury opt for a front foot, in your face, pressure style. And while Tyson and his trainers deserve all the credit in the world for this, you'd also have to say that Deontay, particularly in the second one, just didn't have the boxing IQ to switch his game plan on the fly and anticipate Fury walking into his shots instead of going out and chasing the knockout. And also something about water. But to his credit, he did learn from this by the time the third bout came around, and to be honest, his first knockdown was precisely because of this. He caught Fury with a clean overhand right, and due to the momentum of Tyson walking towards him, the power generated by Wilder's right hand increased tenfold. It's like the old Einstein equation. Deontay's hand equals fuck me, that hurt, squared. But guess who also can hurt you and can actually box a little too? All I'm saying is, if someone like Wilder found ways to cleanly connect with Fury while the Gypsy King was on the front foot and back foot, AJ wouldn't find it too difficult to do so either. With Usyk, he couldn't connect because, well, that motherfucker would not stay still. Legend though. But the reason why I'd say AJ stands a chance only if Fury applies his pressure style is because A, I'm not actually sure AJ has the one punch knockout power, and B, nor am I sure that he has enough skill to get on the inside and throw one of his patented combos if Fury does indeed choose to stay on the back foot and float like a butter enthusiast. But when Fury's walking into punches like he did against Wilder, it's a different story. Not only because of the power generated by Fury's advances, but also, while he isn't exactly Muhammad Ali reborn, AJ is still a better technical boxer than Wilder, and therefore would be more effective in setting traps and luring an incoming Fury into his shots. Now of course, you would expect Fury to know all this and use the right game plan, but you just never know with this guy. Cause don't forget, this is the same nutcase who backed himself to walk forward towards arguably the most dangerous right hand in boxing history. And succeeded. So who the fuck knows? Certainly not me. Why the fuck are you still watching this? But since you are, here's the second section. So this section encompasses any potential intangible that could give AJ an edge. Now, I'm not going to say that AJ has a weak mentality. The guy takes punches for a living. But fact is, AJ has always been at his best when the pressure is off. From his debut to his bout against Charles Martin, AJ was either the underdog or faced someone who clearly wasn't anywhere near his level. And well, he pretty much wiped the floor with all of them. But on the flip side, he was rocked and fought life and death against 40-year-old Klitschko at Wembley Stadium, lost his 100% knockout ratio to Joseph Parker at the Millennium Stadium, and lost his 100% win ratio to Andy Ruiz at Madison Square Garden. All three times he was the clear favourite at a big stage and against an opponent of similar level. But then, when the pressure came off against Ruiz the second time as he was the underdog, and against Kobrat Pulev who simply wasn't on his level anymore, it all suddenly became easy work once again. again. And now, if this does happen, not only will he be an enormous underdog, but pressure would be off from more than one angle. Cause simply put, as a professional boxer, he really has nothing to lose. Now, having said all that, if it does go forward, do I think AJ will win? Ah man, as much as I really want him to, no, I don't. But with Fury's unpredictability being very much a double-edged sword, combined with the perishing of the previously perpetual and potentially pernicious pressure this prized power puncher had to persistently persevere past while remaining placid, poised and perspicacious in the public's perception, I just don't think you should count AJ out just yet. And that is that. Agree or disagree beats indifference. Once again, don't forget to like, comment and share. And of course, subscribe. Till next time, keep rolling.